I don't know. Let's see. There we
Is that
go.
me you're looking? Okay.
Good morning. This is the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I am Qiana,
I am the one and only Mr. Edmund.
and we are brought to you by the New Image Project, better known as
See that?
because we are redefining
What's cool?
because
Smart is
the new.
gangsta, baby.
And if you didn't know,
Now
now
you
you
know.
know. No. What's good?
Oh, the amazing city that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
The new thing is, it's not paradise if the locals can't afford it.
Say that one more time.
It's not paradise
Mm-hmm.
if the locals can't afford it. So St. Pete was rated number two, as one of the new hot cities or whatever.
Yeah, I
And
definitely saw that.
and so one of the new catchphrases that's been coming from the locals is, it's not paradise if the locals can't afford it. So I think they're trying to send a message to our elected officials.
Make sure that we good out here.
Yeah, make sure we ain't gotta move two counties over and drive to work in St. Pete.
Again.
I mean, hey, I think there was a plan to run black people out the city. And I think it's finally working.
You think it's finally
It's finally working. The stats said, the number said,
because 10,000 people moved out, right? Good morning,
yes.
Sharonda. Good morning. I hope you had a wonderful birthday.
Yes, happy belated birthday. I was at your birthday party. Well, it wasn't a birthday party, but
What birthday party you was at?
we was at Urban at 12 o'clock when she became
Oh,
the birthday
so she
girl.
was hanging out because I hung out with her on her birthday
Yeah, that was
at
the
the
next day.
comedy show.
That was the next day.
And then I think they went to the Catalyst for that too. Like they had a whole plan. Like that's how you turn up for your birthday.
That's how you turn up for your birthday. I think this birthday this year for me is gonna be an ultimate turn up.
What's your plans?
I ain't got none, but
Can you talk to the mic for me, please?
I am talking into the mic.
Now
Can
you
you
are.
turn the mic up?
It's as high as it can go. Thank you. Thank you.
So my birthday plans consist
Good
of
morning, Michelle.
praying that I'm here
Hmm.
and being thankful that I am here.
When your birthday?
May
May what?
24th.
Okay, and then brother John got a birthday coming up.
When Brother John's birthday?
Like sometime this month, I think.
Happy early birthday then.
You know. I can't. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do for this birthday. Good morning, Lily.
See, that's the problem. I don't make early birthday. I just don't get down like that. We don't get
Well, you
jiggy.
know I do.
We not getting jiggy like that. Yes, I do know. You do.
You know, because I mean, birthdays is a thing. Like you
It's
make a
definitely a thing.
you make for me because it ain't for everybody. But I feel like you make it one more year. It's time to.
Yes, yes,
But yeah, so what's your weekend? Because we went to the Hub grand opening,
yes,
the
yes.
the
So,
the ribbon cutting for the
yes,
Hub.
yes. I was
Good
in the
morning,
building.
Coach D. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was in the building.
Be nice to the mic. That's what Coach D said.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
And they
you.
said,
Thank you.
yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Yeah, he's Michelle said, I believe it's this month for me. Oh, it's your birthday too. Michelle, what you doing for your birthday? Oh, you're a Gemini.
Gemini's unite. Yeah, we're gonna have a goddamn Gemini meetup for y'all. And then what y'all gonna do?
Now you cussing on that.
I said with y'all.
Yeah, I said cussing.
Okay, so and since it's money motivating money,
Hmm.
the stock market and the crypto market is at an all time high. Are you or anybody you know into stocks?
Good morning, Fancy Nancy.
Huh? If it comment below, are you or anybody into stocks? The stock market is at all time high. 10 years ago, I just liked the post that I was talking about 10 years ago, and I was talking about the stock market was at the all time high. Don't be laughing,
They say you didn't because you said he didn't even know he said that, girl.
huh?
Nothing.
I ain't gonna pay no attention. So, like I was saying, we are entering into a new era for the stock market. 10 years ago, it was at an all time high. 10 years later is at another all-time high. And one of the comments that I was saying is, instead of taking your income tax check and buying shoes, buying wigs, and buying things like that, make an investment into some stocks, and
Okay.
then that check will actually go further. You probably can potentially buy more wigs, hair, and shoes.
So you say wigs. Okay? So I was talking to somebody, and they said that every time they purchase a pair of shoes,
Yeah,
they purchase that same amount
in stocks.
in stocks.
That's very good.
It was like I own the pair of shoes, and I own the stock of the shoes that I'm wearing on my feet.
I'm looking to get to the point where I just simply buy the stock. Because I still buy the shoe, but I don't buy the stock all the time. So I want to get to the point where I'm just buying the stock. I don't want no more shoes. Yeah.
You thinking real hard about
that.
that.
I want some money. I want some money. No, it's money motivating Monday. And always saying, do you or anybody invest in stocks, cryptocurrency, or anything like that? If you do, leave a comment. Tell us. Give us a
give
tip.
us a call. Give us a call if you want to.
Give us a tip on what stock should I buy? What cryptocurrency should I buy? Both markets are at an all-time high. So if you don't know,
don't you hit that thing.
The stock market has seen new heights. The cryptocurrency market, Bitcoin is right now at $65,000. Do you know what a Bitcoin is? Cryptocurrency. And the reason we're talking about this because it's money motivating money. And why not be motivated to make some money?
Right. And if you got some ideas for other people to make some money, but you don't want to do it, right? Throw it out there. Let's make some suggestions because this year, 2024, I want to make everybody rich on purpose. Like we always say.
Yeah. And find and really because everything ain't for everybody. So this ain't a message to everybody. But if this is your type of thing, what stock are you purchasing?
Because you know what we was talking about, because we were together Sunday, right? And we were saying how can you make us whole, right? Because we're talking about ownership, but everybody don't want to own, right? But we want livable wages.
I think
like I want to be able to buy the place that I want to stay in.
But I think the way capitalism is set up, go right? Ahead. The way capitalism is set up is not the employer's responsibility to give you a living wage. It's actually the employer's fiduciary responsibility to the company is to actually pay you as least as possible for the bottom line of the company. So I think the catch-22 that we in, we're asking merciless people for mercy.
But when our counterparts make $75,000 more than us here, so they have the money and they are willing to pay.
Oh yeah. So white supremacy does not follow the capitalistic guidelines, right? And they will drastically underpay some people and drastically overpay other people, and it doesn't have nothing to do with your talents. So some people say, "Hey, I worked this hard and I'm just this talented, and I deserve this big paycheck." Oftentimes, your paycheck is more likely linked to the social constructs of systematic racism than it is your talents. We got a caller. It's Money Making Monday. What's on your mind?
Good morning, crew. It's Coach D.
Coach D in the building.
I want to throw this one at you. Two things: cooperative economics.
Okay.
And multi-family living. I think the future of housing is not single-family homes. The future, I think the pandemic showed us that by multiple generations of families living in the same dwelling, you can take whatever your wage is and work together. We have this single-mindedness in our culture. I'm going to get my own house. When you're 18, get out and get your own. But I think for our community, it would be powerful for us to have a shift in our thinking about that. Because if you look at other cultures that live multi-generational, they can get further faster by multiple incomes being in that same home. And that might be something for us to start talking about amongst ourselves. And it doesn't necessarily have to be even family members. It could be groups of people that are in the same mindset, I guess I want to say, and putting whatever our wage is, because I agree with Jabbar on what he said about what corporations' fiduciary responsibility is, and we know who the enemy is and all of that. So in spite of that, I think we can still succeed if we have a shift in our thinking.
Agreed.
And thanks, Coach D, for enlightening
Y'all have a great day.
Because I think I like the multifamily living, and I definitely like the cooperative. So, first things first, cooperative economics is is a way of survival for many different communities, many different races. So I think that we do need to wake up and get involved. And if you just in a co-op, if you in the grocery co-op, if we just pitching in money. I was telling Kings back in the day, man, we put a couple dollars in on this here, man. We take less risk and we have a higher reward as a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you can't invest with your people you be around, you might need to find some new people to be around. I'm just saying.
No, but if you don't trust your circle, then there's a problem. But
you can't put that money in the bag.
I feel like we're the people who's taught the wrong stuff so that we don't survive. You know what I mean?
Like what?
Like I said, like we talk about marriage, right?
Okay.
Or partnership. We're taught to be independent, get it on your own instead of learning how to do the partnership. People you hear in our community, I was born by myself, I'll do it by myself. Nobody does anything by themselves, right?
Yes, you wasn't born by yourself.
No, because there was a doctor, your mama was there, it was some nurses.
And your daddy had to sprinkle the seeds. Sprinkle the name. Call her. Welcome to Money Making Monday. What you got on your mind?
What's up? This your boy. Y'all already know who it is.
Up there like Granny Panties.
Comedian Damon Davis.
Comedian Mr. St. Pete Funny himself.
Man, you already know. We had a ball this weekend, man.
Did.
I appreciate y'all, man. From
the
Domino's,
players
the
ball,
shows, to the Catalyst, man. I had a wonderful time, man. Shout out to Mr. Surfers and my dog Q for showing up in the building. It's always love with y'all, man. Y'all know it goes a long way. Y'all already know what it is, man.
Shout out to the Catalyst with them strong ass drinks. I don't remember.
Why is you cussing this morning?
I said that.
Yes, you done cussed like a couple of times today.
I've been here as long as you.
Do he got his coffee, Qiana? That's all I got to ask.
He don't have his coffee.
I don't got my coffee, so we do have a problem in Houston. We have a problem.
Yeah, you got to get your coffee, man. Somebody please get Bob some coffee up there for the show to be on point. Please, somebody.
That's right.
Radio Land, get my dog some coffee.
I turned into a philosopher. Hey, and so, Dame, I'm glad you're on the phone. So yesterday I had on my Sesame Street shirt, right? It was an inside joke, right? They didn't get it.
Yeah.
They didn't get it.
Nobody paid attention.
Listen, they didn't get it.
I didn't pay
Brother
attention.
John said something about the shirt, right? He said something about it, so I didn't feed into what he said because I really had something else to say. See, I had an inside joke that I didn't share with them.
So if Radio Land missed it, on Friday he came in and he had on like this furry thing, and I was like, I ain't know we was at Sesame Street, right?
Yeah. He had on that trap car. You know that flow roll you have in the middle of the floor.
I got that trap roll. Let me put my cigarette out on the trap roll.
Bye, David.
Hey, so long story short, when y'all see the Sesame Street shirt, just know it's an inside joke.
Now this is the middle child at his finest, right?
Joke.
You're the middle.
I had an inside joke for him, and ain't nobody catch on. I ain't say nothing.
when you trick yourself, like you only come in, you're the only one that's like, oh my Lord. But back to it. So I see we have to be independent. To let said that.
So there is a interdependency inside of independence, right? And I think when we look at independence, we look at the one of independence. But independence comes in group form as well,
Mhm.
right? There's independent groups, right? And what they have kind of positioned us to be is independent individuals, but we're still interdependent the entire time. We're never truly independent. And the more independence really comes from, the more independent the group. You get what I'm saying? The when the group is independent, then the individual has a better chance at independence. But when you think you by yourself and I'm independent, I can guarantee you can find the interdependency that you have to so many people and so many different things with like real review,
Mhm.
because it's so hard, almost virtually impossible
It is
nowadays.
not virtual. It is impossible.
Yes.
I mean, it's always been impossible to do stuff by yourself.
Yes, not impossible, but
It
virtually.
is. Tell me, you can listen.
You can. Okay, what can you do by yourself?
You still need you. Okay, if you go, let's break it down, right?
Okay.
From childbirth, you need somebody to help you.
Okay, from childbirth.
You need somebody to help you deliver your
And,
child.
okay, and then from childhood, you need people to help you grow up.
Right. So,
okay, and then you become grown. Right. We're gonna walk it out.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're grown,
Mm-hmm.
and you live by yourself, and now you're independent.
No, because you depend on somebody to pay your paycheck.
You
Because
depending on your job,
you're
exactly. You read
depending
my
on your
mind.
job, and if you're not, if
You're
you're
in business, yeah.
if you're self-employed, you depend on your customers
or your clients, okay,
to come in. So there's nothing that, like, when people say I do it by myself, you always need a collective of people to make stuff come true.
And I want to, I want to put a caveat, because there are some people struggling and doing a lot of things alone,
Mm-hmm.
right? And not to take anything away from your struggle, because some people are doing a lot of things alone.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're saying is, like, just
many hands make light work.
Yes, and just because you're doing it alone, don't make you independent. It don't, because some people are still dependent, even when they're doing things alone. They can be even dependent on doing the things alone, right? You get what I'm saying? It's like a psychological thing. Talk about what about that? We were just talking about the well.
All right, I cannot with you this morning. So if anybody is around the station and know where the station at, bring Jabbar some coffee for me.
I don't need no coffee. I've been abstaining from coffee. Bitcoin just hit $65,000. $65,000 is Bitcoin. I'm watching the ticker.
I can't make this stuff up, y'all.
Where Brother John at? Brother John, bring us some coffee.
On this great Monday. So, all right. Also, this weekend we had the Fusion 49, right?
Yes. If you don't know, Fusion 49 is the new 49th Street Business District. A partnership between St. Petersburg and Gulfport. Big shouts out to Brother John Muhammad, Council Member Muhammad, Ian O'Hara, Council Member in Gulfport.
Fancy
Nancy. Nancy Durham has been really in the paint. So if y'all don't know, Fusion 49 is the new business district, the newest business district inside of the South St. Pete on the 49th Street corridor, and it's a partnership between Gulfport and St. Pete. We picked up trash. Big shots out to the whole Childs Park Neighborhood Association, Vice President Sierra Clark, and the whole team actually. We came out amongst the other people from Gulfport and St. Pete, and we collabed. Mayor from St. Pete was there. Mayor from Gulfport was there, and it was a beautiful thing.
And then y'all do Wi-Fi. Did y'all do some Wi-Fi in Childs Park?
No, that was my Wi-Fi. That was my Wi-Fi going off in my head when y'all was texting me. But when y'all kept, because I was thinking about y'all, and y'all went to Texas. But
okay.
Long story short, yes, we did get some Wi-Fi in St. Pete. Big shots out to the digital inclusion, Beatrice Farrell, and the whole digital inclusion. Childs Park Neighborhood Association. Childs Park is one of the most active neighborhood associations in the city of St. Pete. Big shots out to the whole board. And one of the things is, this weekend we had 2 events going on simultaneously. Bike Your City was a bike going out of Childs Park, and we also had the Fusion 49 going down on 49th Street. So I just want to give a big shout out to all the Childs Park Neighborhood Association members. Big shout out to the people who live in Childs Park. Big shout out to the Childs Park After Dark crew. Man, be easy. Let them live, and we'll catch you on the other side. We got to take a break.
We do got to take a break. You are so right. We do.
Yes. And on the other side, we are going to talk about.
Oh, we got to talk about Gibbs High School.
Man, you ain't said nothing. Big shouts out to Gibbs High School.
Oh, no. And we can't give them the last 2 minutes before we get out. But we get started off. So I think the city needs to
we need to do a parade.
We need to do something
if it ain't nothing but down 11th Avenue from Charles Park to Gibbs High School to down 31st to the pizza shop. I don't know what it's going to be.
Even if it's from Gibbs to P-Tech.
We can just do a parade over the catwalk.
Oh, that might be nice. Cause then we don't have to get no permits, nothing.
Come over the catwalk.
We can celebrate them because them boys, I don't know if y'all saw the highlights.
I ain't see the highlights.
Oh, those are some ballers.
Oh, yeah, they told me they got a 7-footer and everything.
Right, so
shout out to Gibbs, man. We're gonna talk more about it at the end of the break, on the other side of the break, but we definitely wanted to tell you to stick and stay. You all watching or tuned in to 99 Jams FM, Cara Festa Radio, and this is the new morning show, Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. We've been here, and we're gonna be here.
Every time he say new morning show, we've been here 5+ years, and he talking about new morning show. All right, with that being said, we'll be back 7 minutes after the hour. Tag a friend, tell a friend. It is money motivating, making Monday. Right, so if y'all have some business ideas, some collaborations y'all want to do, let us know. Call us in after the 7 minutes after the hour. With that being said, we shall be back.
We'll be back.
Issues facing Filipinos right now. Relations with China, living conditions, human rights, freedom of the press, and changes to the country's constitution. All up for discussion with a top panel and questions from the audience.
World Questions, Saturday at 12 GMT. In 30 minutes, Crowd Science.
How bad is our data for the planet? How much energy, water and carbon does it take to keep all our emails and databases up in the cloud? We visit a green data center in Norway and hear how Africa is meeting the boom in demand with sustainable tech.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Hello, I'm Gabe Ortiz, and this is WEDU Arts Plus. Based out of St. Pete, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is a morning radio show about hip-hop life and urban culture. Meet the hosts who inform and empower their listeners.
I'm Jabbar Edmond. I go by Mr. Edmond. My role, I'm a host and I'm co-founder.
My name is Brother John Muhammad, Your Brother John, YourBrotherJohn.com. And my role on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is host or co-host.
I just go by Qiana. Sometimes you may hear the guys call me Q. I may say Q just depending on my personality that day. And I'm the female of the crew. All right, I think I keep balance when you look at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So that's my role.
And I'm Bruce Moore Jr. A lot of people do know Bruce Moore Jr., obviously being born and raised here and going to school here, but there's many more people that know Reno.
St. Pete is small, and so the good things and bad things that come with a small city, you know, everybody knowing each other, of course, would be one of the pluses.
My neighbors were not only just my neighbors, they became my family.
Trying to put that back now, like really getting back to a place where we know our neighbors and we look out for each other. There was a St. Pete that existed, you know, south of Central, and then there was another St. Pete that existed north of Central and downtown. It was a struggle then, and I think it's still, you know, somewhat a struggle for Black people in the city of St. Pete.
Even with every step of progress we make, it's still a struggle to, implement that progress.
Did y'all hear about the weed college, the first cannabis college
In
First,
Orlando.
talk to him, Sean Soprano.
No, yeah, I've been looking at it.
This is serious, y'all.
Over a year ago.
If you got the charges, go and get the degrees, King. You got years of experience, man. It ain't like you come into a classroom with no data.
Elon Musk said that a drug dealer knows how to manage and run a business better.
I can't believe that.
The real facts, man.
I'm all about education. But what I'm saying is that we carry this industry on our backs.
The way we started the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, Jabbar approached me about what could we do, how can we do something together, and then an opportunity to promote Amendment 4. Amendment 4 is the, voting rights restoration to returning citizens. We were able to negotiate a deal where we got like 30 minutes on the radio, got 99 jams to talk about, Amendment 4 and other local, policies.
And deficient in fats that are necessary for the body. Then the body goes into a severe dehydration state. I can honestly say that we can't even deal properly with 50-60% of the cases we receive because we have nothing to give them. The most we can do for them is either give them saline solution or sugar solution.
On Sunday, Vice President Kamala Harris called for a ceasefire in Gaza. She made the comments in a speech in Selma, Alabama, marking the 59th anniversary of Bloody Sunday.
And given the immense scale of suffering in Gaza,
Peace activist Kathy Boylan with the Dorothy Day Catholic Worker. She called on Biden to stop arming Israel.
We're dropping some food and we're dropping the bombs and the tanks and the bullets and everything else at the same time. That's what he's got to do. Stop sending the money.
Is it you looking for? Good morning. We are back. We are back. We are back.
Like a heart attack.
Okay.
We ain't back like a heart attack.
No. I don't want it.
No, we not back like a heart attack.
No, we gotta change that saying. We gotta
back like Similac.
Don't want that either. No, don't want that.
I didn't go say that. Go.
You are listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I am Qiana.
Hey, I'm the one and only Mr. Edmond.
And we're brought to you by the New Image Project, better known as
See That.
Because we are redefining
what's cool.
Because
smart is the
new
gangster, baby.
Yes, and if you didn't know,
now you know.
No. So yes, welcome back to the second hour, right? So if you're back, if you were listening to the first half of the hour, we ended it talking about Gibbs High School, right? The boys basketball team won the state championship.
Ooh, yeah. The gladiators have gladiated.
And I think, now here we go. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in our city, right? We hear about the shootings, we hear about this, we hear about all the negativity, and like it goes rampant.
Yes.
On Facebook.
Yes.
Oh, I'm back on Facebook, y'all.
Welcome back. Curiously, contact her if you want to be a guest on the show.
I've been off of Facebook since September. Mark finally let me back in. 6
Mark,
months
you
later.
owe us.
But anyway, so I'm back. But I don't think like we're doing enough for these boys in their state championship.
Yes,
Am I wrong?
I mean, I want to see more shares. I want to see more support, even though if you're not a Gibbs gladiator, if you didn't grow up in Gibbs neighborhood, you didn't.
But you're St. Petian.
You're a St. Petian. But you know, you got those Z-Bogue crowds, and some people just don't support the home team.
I always support the home team.
Me too.
I don't care who wins. Like if I'm one of the people, I don't have to be the winner to feel like I won.
Yes. I'm definitely in support of having the parade for the Gibbs Gladiator state champions. And we will organize it. If somebody help, somebody give us some help. No, but a lot of people have been asking for a parade or something to really support them, because a lot of times when you have positive things, they do get overshadowed by the negative. So what we want to do is stand on business and represent these youth who have brought the state championship back since 1966.
You know what? Even if we don't have a parade, we should have like a big party or something, like in the auditorium. Like welcome, like let's throw out some ideas. Let's talk. Like we need to do something.
Yeah, we need to do something for these.
We need to do something for them, because you know the hard work, the dedication that they have to do to be state champions, right? Not only that, they have to keep up with their grades to be on the team. So yeah,
and they got to win. They got to win some tough games. And if you're not mistaken, this was a tough game. They played some team.
Don't do no mistake.
Andrew Jackson or something. Some old slave trader high school plantation or whatever.
Oh my gosh, no, we're not. Listen, no,
the school named after a slave.
It is. But those there was a full court full of black men.
They usually do have black men at slave held schools. Oh. I just said I was about right.
All right. But we do need to figure out something for them. Like for real. Celebrate them, because I believe that their hard work need to be celebrated.
Yes, I unite with that. I definitely unite with that. Powerful young man. Keep up the great work. Gibbs Gladiators state champions.
Right. Now on the flip side, you know, do we want to go heavy today?
I mean, yes. I mean, it's heavy situations going on in the world. What else is we gonna do?
I don't know. I want to keep it light and fluffy. No. Okay, well, kick it off then, Jabbar.
Okay, well.
Coffee, please. Now, coffee, please. Come on. So no, actually, so we're going to talk about the gun violence and.
Okay. You gotta give me the signal. Yes. It has been a tragic couple of weekends. There's been some violence, right? And all of it hasn't necessarily been gun violence, but it's been violence. Father and son lost their life. And it's really and a family member has been accused of it. You know what I mean? And without all the details and showing respect to the family and for the people who've lost someone, we don't want to misspeak, but we definitely want to share the light, on some of the issues that's going on in the community. And it feels like, I think it's important that we got to start talking to professionals.
I think so. We need to start talking to professionals, and not only that, because we kind of touched on this a little bit, and I'm learning is because we're advocate for talking to somebody professional, right?
Yes,
and
yes.
some people may not feel comfortable, and we can't push them to do it, right? But they have to find something that they can find their inner peace.
Yeah, I hear you.
If it's meditation, if it's going to church, if it's talking to your pastor, you got to find something to let this negative energy out, because energy is transferred, is never destroyed. And if you keep this balled up energy, you see what happens when it explodes, and it's not a good thing. And there's so much beautifulness that's happening in our city. I hate to see the overcast of the negativity. You know what I mean? We have 22nd that is thriving right now. That is thriving. We have Fusion 49 that is making sure that is thriving right now. Like you say, Charles Park is one of the most active
neighborhood associations,
right, in the city. And this is right here in the core of like Southside St. Pete.
Yes.
And all this stuff is happening here, and the negativity overshadow, and we may have like a couple of deaths here and not watering it down, but we have so many great things that happen every day in our city. We had the hub that opened, right? Which is a
where they can go get some mental help.
Right.
Some
where
mental help from.
And it is in the community. It's on 22nd and 15th.
Yes.
And we'll probably need to have somebody from the hub come on in and talk about the services that they have an outreach team.
No, that's for real.
Right. And so we want, the hub is there to make sure that the resources that people need is right at their fingertips. They don't have to go across town or anything like that. It's right there in your neighborhood, and it's accessible.
Yes. And the need, because you got families beefing with families. Because one of the aspects was a brother on brother situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? And situations like that, in our eyes, this always can be avoided.
Right.
And it may come down to family disagreements, family members not seeing eye to eye, and blowing things way out of proportion, things going way farther than you meant for them to go. We all done had situations with our family, friends, and brothers and cousins where something just got totally out of hand and it went too far. And sometimes having some counseling or professional help will help those issues not go so far.
Right, because you need middlemen sometimes, because we're big in our community when you say don't let nobody in your business.
Yeah. But sometimes you need an outside
a lot of times you do, because some people, you need to get out of your own head.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You just need the right help.
Yes.
When you say that, you have to get the right help. You have to talk to the right person.
Yes.
I also say this all the time, is that any two people can work out anything. It's the third person you let in that mess it up, right? And that could be society, your mama, your daddy, your best friend, anything, right?
Yes.
You just have to make sure that the right person is with the right tools. It's helping you out. But people need people, and it goes back to, you can't do everything by yourself. And if you're toxic, right? And all you're doing is listening to the toxicity that's coming out your mind.
If you are toxic.
No, for real. And all you're doing is listen to the toxicity that is coming out your mind, or the toxic traits that you've learned through the past that hasn't motivated you and put you in a better situation, you're going to stay stagnant and you're not going to see growth.
I agree with that 10,000%. And I want to just add that it's a lot going on in people's lives. Everybody's going through a lot. We was talking about this and people returning from jail, returning citizens,
Right.
people feeling different emotions, because of many different things, whether they was not taken care of while they was gone, or whether something happened before they left, and it's been smoldering.
And you know what? A lot of times is a lot of people like to blame, not all,
Yeah.
and not take accountability for their actions,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Big shout out to Story 727 and Jab. Like, I've been saying this, and I'm glad that they kind of did it. The conflict resolution.
Yes.
We need to teach conflict resolution in our community. There's nothing cool about not coming home to your family.
Yes.
All right. I don't know. Nothing cool about not coming home to your family in a box or going to jail.
Yeah. Either way.
Either way, there's nothing cool, because the objective is to
come home.
Say it again.
The objective is to make it home.
And y'all could join into the conversation, 727-637-2416. But we definitely, we want everybody to come home. We need thriving citizens in our community. We need our Black men here, because y'all keep it together too. You know what I mean? Y'all are, us women handling it, but we need y'all.
Yes. I mean, I think it's a lot of pressures out there. There's a lot going on. Like we say, we advocate for speaking with professionals. We advocate for going to talk to a doctor. If you have some issues, and it may not have been what you're used to doing when you have issues. That's why spots like The Well has opened the Hub, and it's like 7 other organizations inside of the Hub, and that's on the corner of 15th and 22nd Street South. That's right on the corner. It's called the Hub, and you can go in there and get some help. Right, whether you just coming from prison and you feeling a way about whatever you feeling, and you can talk to somebody that is not necessarily tied to your feelings, and they're professionally trained to help you address those emotions, and those feelings may be valid emotions, but we just don't want people stepping out and doing some things that's maybe out of hand or maybe out of control, because they didn't know how to deal with some valid emotions that they, probably was supposed to be having. Ain't nothing wrong with feeling the way you feel, but it's all about how you handle it, how you handle those
Donald,
emotions.
you have a lot. Call in 727-637-24. Mental health is very real.
Yes.
And we have a negative tone when you look at it, and you think that, like, if I'm taking medicine for my mental health, then I'm crazy. No, listen, what makes you crazy is that you're not getting help for it. If you have diabetes, you're going to take medicine, or you're going to change it, or you're going to change your diet. Right? To make sure that you don't have diabetes, or to control it. Your high blood pressure, you're either going to take some medicine or change your diet.
Yes, one or the other.
One or the other. Mental health falls right in there. It is a health condition. And for you to manage it and make sure that you're the best version of yourself, you need to handle that. But we put a bad stigma on it when people are trying to get their mental. But the mental is what operates everything in your daily life.
Yes. Your mindset creates your day. The day, and no matter what outside forces are doing, how you handle it, how you internalize it, is everything. And helping and speaking with a professional may not be as hard as you think it is.
It really not. And I'm speaking from somebody who's sat on the couch,
who spoke to a professional.
I have.
Seek the help. Yeah.
I seek the help. I know y'all kind of, if y'all knew, if y'all not, y'all kind of know my story a little bit. If y'all know me, I feel like I'm a ball of sunshine, right?
Yes.
I'm like lollipops and gumdrops, rainbows, starbursts, and Skittles, right? That's what I feel like I am. And at one point in my life, I was angry. And when I was angry, I was even more angrier because I was angry. And so I had to seek help. I lost my son, and it put me in a real bad space.
Yes.
And what happens is that so many people depend on me. I couldn't help them if I didn't help myself.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
You know,
yes.
and so I had to sit on it, and I sat there. I did like almost 2 years straight, 3 times a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But I needed that outlet, and not necessarily like I needed somebody to give me the answers.
Yeah.
Because I have the answers. I just needed to let it out to somebody that wasn't going to judge me. And also wasn't going to go and fight my battles for me, because I didn't want nobody to get in this boxing ring with me. I just needed,
my battle,
it's my battle. I wanted peace, right? Not only for me, but everybody else in the situation. And I didn't want to pull everybody else in, because sometimes you just need a listening ear.
Yes.
And then sometimes people don't have the tools, and you do need to change the way that you think. And then an outside person who does not know you, if they tell you like, hey, I'm seeing this, you can see it different, because when your friend said, you feel like, they just talking.
Yeah. It don't hit the same.
It doesn't hit the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit the same. And so I'm saying get the help, because the last thing you want to do is get a phone call as a mother that your child is no longer here,
and
or a parent, or
and I definitely want to unite with that, because like Donald said, mental health and depression is real. A lot of people are dealing with depression. A lot of people are dealing with mental health issues, and you've been living with it daily, so it feels and seems normal. And don't wait till you collapse under that pressure, right? Relieve some of that stress and go talk to somebody before, right? Because
and get something in your work out. You know,
I mean, yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
I hear you. Yeah, because you're right. Because you got to work out that stress. It's different. It's different things. And the reason I'm saying is, and what we're really talking about is, we're really talking about people going through things with family members and friends, and it getting out of hand. Sometimes people lose their lives. Sometimes people go to jail, and things happen that nobody participating maybe wanted to happen, right? And so what we saying is, before it gets there, right? Because we know this happens. It's not nothing new. Cain killed Abel, right? But the reality is, we can work around some of these issues in our community if we just confront them. Face on.
And again, it's okay to walk away.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
you don't weak because you walked away.
No, you're not. Again,
weak.
I said this earlier, and you might hear me say it again throughout this conversation. There's nothing cool about not coming home.
That's right. Everybody want to make it home.
You know what I mean? It's not cool for a parent not to be able to raise their children.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When you make these decisions out of anger,
spur of the moment,
right? Because it's an emotional decision that's happened because something else have taken over, right? And then you sit back and reflect and be like, dang, I shouldn't have did that. But this is why we need these tools to make sure, like, walk away. Like, listen, you are a man when you say, hey, I'm good on that. Yeah. Like, I need to take a breather because it's about to go somewhere I don't want it to go.
Yes. And I think what happens is,
or woman, it's not just a man conversation, but go ahead.
A lot of times what happens is, inside the community, mental health issues is back to that independent, right? I don't need nobody. I can handle it. You know what I'm saying? I'm all I got. I can't trust nobody. And any number of these things, and in our community, we got to address the mental health issues and not think it's just me against me.
Right.
It's not. I don't have to battle myself through these mental issues. Sometimes we can get help. We can talk to a professional. Caller, we got a call on the line. What's
Introduce
on your mind?
yourself.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Donald.
Hey, Donald.
Hey, Donald, go ahead.
What's up, y'all? Hey, I was just sneaking off of work trying to just talk about it real quick because I have been talking about this a lot because it's been going on. But it's what's real is that it's a lot of people been dealing with and coming home, you know, from prison. Like, we're dealing with a lot of new people out here.
Yes.
And people don't see it. And I'm just speaking on myself. You know, I try to empathize and sympathize with people who done been in that cage, you know, and then get put out here in this world. It's a lot different, you know, than people think, because you've been in a situation where you had to watch yourself every day, so you don't really know who's a friend.
Yeah.
And then you get out here amongst people who you think are friends, you know what I mean? And then people revert back to these ways. Yes. So that's why we end up with so much violence out here, man. It's just so much violence because people are so, like I say, dealing with depression, dealing with illnesses. Yeah. And they dealing with it, like you say, Jabbar, like it's just normal. You know, they just going back throughout their day. And then all they take is for the slightest thing for it to blow.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where you would have been able to back off and use some kind of intellect, use your emotion.
Yep.
And
you know what I mean? And I was in a program one time and they say use I over E. You know what I mean? Use your intellect over your emotion because your emotion's gonna kill you every time.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So if we could just sit back and just try to empathize some time with people out here, just know that people living life. You know, you dealing with life, so the man across from you might be dealing with life. You know, a smile don't make everything okay. You know what I mean? People just trying to get through a day. But, you know, mental health is real, and just look out for your loved ones, man. You know, be there for people, be there for everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm glad you said that. When you came in, like you said, because you was incarcerated, you had to watch your back. So
right.
your train of thought is different than what you need to be out here. And so what happens is, and I've seen this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but when you get out here, you have that same mentality as if you're still incarcerated.
Exactly.
And then and what happened, you have good people that's really trying to help you, but because your thought process is I have to watch my back.
I gotta watch out for me.
Right. Yep. And then you push good people away.
Yes.
And then you look for the bad in every situation and not the good in it. And then it keeps you in that cycle
and
where you
can't move. You against the world battle.
Yes. And Donald, I thank you so much
yes,
for the call,
Donald,
bro,
for calling.
because you right on point. That's right what we're talking about right now. You listen to 99 Jams, the Berg FM Character Radio. You're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and we're talking about mental health in our community. We're talking about people returning from incarceration and having mental health issues, family mental health issues. So if you have a mental health story, give us a call, 727-637-2416. We're not making fun of people. This is a safe space. We're having a real conversation about the issues that's really impacting our community.
Hey, caller, introduce yourself.
Hey, how you doing? It's Franchise.
Hey, what's up,
hey,
bro?
Franchise, what you got on your mind?
Man, I'm basically I just tapped in a little bit ago. The mental, man, this depression conversation, deep though.
Yeah.
And, I'm gonna be real with you. You can work out, you feel me? You can do music, you can write poetry, you know what I'm saying? You could do all this, but at the end of the day, like, you still gonna be dealing with that voice in the back of your head. Or like one of my homeboys call it, you know, you got that it's an F-N dude in the back of your head that always try to tell you this person don't love you for real. This person don't care about you for real. And like Donna was saying, when you incarcerated and you in that box, you feel me? This the only person you really got in your head. You feel me? You got these thoughts in your head saying you gotta watch this person. You gotta look at this person. You gotta do that. So then you get back into the world and you got that voice that's heavily loud in your head. Where you might have people around you that love you and they're genuinely showing you this, physically showing you this. But it's hard to escape somebody that's like right there with you, somebody else is with you, if that makes sense.
Because that became your best friend. That became the person that you depend on. And this is the person, the voice in your head kept you safe, got you out of prison. So at this point, you like, hey, I know this person got my back.
Yeah.
Like the person,
because all I got is me.
Right. Yeah. But then when you get out here, you realize and some people never get it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And thank you, Franchise, man. We definitely appreciate that, man. One of the things that really
most definitely.
That inside of me that I learned
all right, Franchise,
was that, you know, that I wasn't alone. Whether it was no matter what I was going through.
So what clicked and changed it for you?
I think just ignoring that inner hater, right? The person who told me inside of me, the me in me that said I couldn't do this, or said that that person wasn't for me, or wasn't this and that. And discounting that inner voice, but just being real, realizing that, hey, I wasn't the only person going through what I was going through. I wasn't the only person, on that bus, right? What do you call it?
Because do you think also, even though you have that inner person in your head, there's still when that inner person isn't talking, like, I know this person good. Like, I know you know good people. You keep them around, but then it's something else that tell you, because you still know, like,
but
it's a battle.
It's circumstances.
Okay.
Right. And then depending on how the situation or the circumstances end up, is how you look at that person. When that person may not have complete control of the circumstances or situation, but you are assigning ownership to them. And see, that's why I don't trust people. See what happened now? That's why I don't mess with people now.
Right.
And it don't make it no better. People with a lot of slime ball stuff, people with a lot of little BS stuff. So that don't make it no better. But the reality is that we not out here alone.
Good morning, Mom.
We got to find good people to work with, to vibe with. We got to choose the people that's around us, and we got to talk to a professional when it's needed.
And you got what you said. You got to change your circle.
Yes.
Right.
It's very important.
Because if you keep on going to where, like, the slimeness happen, you're gonna get slimy people. So if you were in the street, no, for real, like, if you was in the street and like you want to change your life, you can't keep on hanging around drug dealers and everything that's in the nightlife on a consistent basis, because you're gonna see them do creep stuff. And then you're gonna, oh yeah, I knew everybody was creep. It's about your circle that you have to change your circle.
So I'm in agreement with that. And one of the problems with changing your circle is because we're so tight, we're so clicked up, and messing with the other side and messing with other people sometimes is forbidden, right? Even if it's allowed, but it's forbidden in our minds. And I think that's one thing we got to get over too, right? That this side of town, that side of town, this clique, we have to get out of that. And it's good people over there. It's good people cross over there. It's good people in those groups, and you might have to introduce yourself and get to know them. But at the same time, you can't put so much faith in these people, because you can get let down again. That's why you got to go talk to a professional. You got to help people weed through these thoughts.
Okay, my thoughts, and tell me if I'm wrong. Again, I'm not a professional when it comes to this, right?
You talk to a doctor. We're gonna have a doctor come on.
Yes, and we've had Dr. Brittany come on before, right?
We're gonna invite.
And we're all about making sure we have a healthy community. Your mind, your spirit, your soul, your body, like all of it.
Yes.
Yes. And giving you what you need. I forgot what I was about to say.
So okay, I go, and then really we're talking about mental health in the community.
Oh, I know what I was about to say.
Okay, go ahead.
So my thoughts is, when people come home, that's when they're the most inspired.
Yep.
Right.
And vulnerable.
Right. But that's when you see, because they got out, and the first thing they say, most of them's like, I ain't never going back.
Yes.
They already have a game plan, kind of.
Yes.
And this is when you get them, and as family members, if you can, already have somebody ready for them to talk to, so that they're not going to resist it.
Yeah, if you can.
If you can, like, set it up for them. And this is something that we don't talk about.
Yeah, line up mentors.
Like, hey, say, listen, I got somebody who been here, and this is when they're open to receive it, because they want to be successful, and they have not been tainted yet by what the badness of the society is, where, you know what I mean, they got back with their homeboys, and now they seen some
you empowering them by setting them up with mentors. That's empowerment, because you're right, that's when we do have the ideas or whatever we plan, and those are some important time. The first 3 to 6 months, 9 months of getting home, it's so important to have mental health checkups and wellness, right? Having people around mentors. Like, there's so many things that we can do for the people that we love, and ways we can help them, but we probably just didn't consider it.
Right. And this is why we're having this conversation right now, is that have them already set up to go to the hub.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because they're gonna
or
something
or anywhere. Go holler at Wells and get it Wells done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. We help them when they can't help themselves,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because we know they're coming home. We know that there's a problem. We know that incarceration does not rehabilitate.
Yes.
Right? It
Yes.
actually makes it worse. You know,
At
when you
times,
punish,
yes.
because if you punish somebody and put them in a box by themselves, all they have is that voice in their head to keep them sane, to keep them surviving throughout every day. So when they come back out, the only person they can depend on is self. And that other person that's in their head that's telling them how to move. So if you, when they first come home, when they're the most willing,
Yep.
you know what I mean, to put themselves in a better situation, I say as a society, as a family, as their tribe, we need to do better to help them because they can't do this by themselves.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I think I appreciate that. And taking a little ownership, right? And going out and helping somebody that may need your help, because like Mama Blue just said in the comments, mental health has no age, right? So your age, they should be past that by now. Ain't they grown by now? But some of those things are mental health issues that may be disguised as something else, or may be coming off as something else. And so we have to be aware of that as a community. We got to be emotionally intelligent enough to see when somebody else having a mental health breakdown.
Right.
When see and go, oh wow, okay, I see this might be a sore spot for them. Let me back off.
Right, because people have triggers, and
Exactly.
they don't know what their triggers are sometimes.
Yep.
Right.
And you can probably notice sometimes because you can see. No. But you know when people get triggered, you know it's for real. And I don't want to belittle the point because we do got a couple other subjects. So I definitely want to say rest in peace to the families who lost somebody in these last couple of weeks. It's been a hectic couple of weeks. And if you need some help, you know, the hub is a location that's been open on the corner of 22nd Street and 15th Avenue in St. Pete. It's been open to help people in times of need like this, and to be
right. And this is really right. Help out, because a lot of people try to self-medicate. You know what I mean? You go hang out at the bars every day, and now you're drinking every day, and you see and then you don't make the best decisions when you're intoxicated. You know, so we're just trying to give you some good tools to make sure that you're successful out here and you're living the best life, and that you're staying out here.
Mental Health Mondays, man. Let's get our mind right, our mind, heart, and our bodies right.
Okay.
Okay, moving along. There has been new state law saying that people can't sleep outside in the streets without permits, or they have to sleep in designated locations like tent cities.
It hasn't been signed yet.
It hasn't been signed yet.
So they're trying to push it.
It's coming down the pipeline.
It's coming down the pipeline. So let's be clear. Right now, it's not there yet.
Yes. And because so many people are sleeping in the streets, because the homeless is so big right now, people are actually for this, right? I was looking on
some people, but a lot of people are not.
Some people are for this because
of course it's some people, because they would go ahead.
Feel they're walking over people sleeping in the streets. They feel that their children are stepping over and walking over mentally unstable people, and it's dangerous. So this is the scenarios that have been put in front of people. And the problem is, I think we have an economic crisis on our hand, where housing is such a commodity that pretty soon a lot of people are going to be able to afford it.
I mean, a lot of people can't afford it.
A lot of more.
It's a lot of people that can't afford housing here, right?
Housing.
You got to think, I know people within the last couple of years, rent went up like $900
or more
in the same place that they've been living in.
Yes, I mean, people paying $2,000 for a one bedroom,
with $2,500.
One.
Now I'm gonna tell you,
$4,500 for a 2-3 bedroom.
I want to say that we need to fix the there has to be a better solution than to banning them sleeping out on sidewalks and stuff like that. Because this is my problem with it, is that it's gonna backfire and it's gonna affect the people that's not home. Like, so let's take about the person who worked all day and then at the bus circle and doze off.
Yeah.
Right, just waiting on the bus. They shouldn't be charged. You can't do that anymore.
But see, my thing even more than just somebody sleeping at the bus, because like honestly, man, people, you can't criminalize homelessness, right? Because now you're criminalizing poverty. Like this is something that we have to move carefully. Of course, you know, I don't like seeing people in the streets. I don't like seeing people panhandling. You know what I mean? But I don't dislike it enough to make a legislation to say that they need to be in jail or in some type of tent cities for them to be in the society. I don't agree with that. And I think the problem is the poverty is growing so strong, the homeless rate is growing so fast that the elected officials don't know what to do, right? And to help people get more money in their pockets and to help people grow financially is not in the best interest of probably their biggest donors. Their biggest donors is probably hoarding money and really, you know what I'm saying, on the other side of that fence. And so y'all ain't got no money to help him get reelected, so he ain't gonna advocate for you. He ain't gonna go and stand up and say, don't do them people like that, because when it's time to get reelected, those people ain't got no money for him. So guess what that means? That becomes a vicious loop of rich people and rich donors controlling the legislative process. And now we're gonna probably very much likely have, you know, regulated tent cities all around the state of Florida. Regulated. So like, you know, St. Pete cut their tent city up because they didn't want the people out there living in the streets and in a tent city. And what I learned about homeless, I made a film about homelessness. I did documentaries about homelessness. So I've been homeless, right? Just to be one thou wow. You know what I'm saying? I done been out there. So I've seen the need for homeless people at times to congregate together. You ever seen those big groups? That's like out of safety. So ain't nobody gonna come try them or try to do something when it's a multitude of them. So that's
it's their tribe. They find their tribe.
And so you'll see big groups all going to the same spots or going to the same places. And it's not because they want to be all in y'all part. It's really because this has been the space for us, or this has been the designated spot, and that's where we go to congregate and be together. And the problem is now you're gonna say you can't be on the streets and you have to be in this tent city. I think we're going further and further off the deep end instead of just trying to make the financial situations where people can afford to live in the neighborhood. Maybe having some rent control where people can, you know, to afford the rent so people can afford paradise. It's not paradise if we can't afford to live here. If the people who are from here can't afford to live here, then it's not paradise.
All right. Michelle just said poverty level has dramatically increased because the cost of living has dramatically increased. Right. But the wages have not.
Yeah, and look, capitalism doesn't have a spot in there for where they say make you live comfortably with your family. Capitalism and the fiduciary responsibility of board members and people to these companies is honestly to get them the biggest profits possible. And sometimes that absolutely means you may have to live in substandard conditions. You may be working poor. That is the new thing. People got jobs, work every day, and still sleeping in their cars.
Who was that was telling us that the poor and the middle class is like basically one?
Yes, that was Gabby. Gabby was.
Oh no, Aaron.
No, Aaron was talking about, but that was Gabby.
Oh, okay,
Gabby
go ahead.
was talking about the wealth gap,
right?
Here in Pinellas and St. Petersburg, which is 100,000 income for white people and 20,000 for black people,
right?
And that's not by coincidence.
Yeah.
Right? That was a strategy. That was an economic strategy that was put together that is working to perfection. So I be with people, right? I be with conservatives, right? I be with people who have very different trains of thought than I have. And they feel that those numbers are self-inflicted, that the black people in the community are self-inflicting those wounds on themselves. And some people are. But what I'm going to tell you, but the deck has been stacked in favor of white people, right? And Trump can say it's rigged and everybody sang along and yeah, the system is rigged. But soon as a black man say that it's rigged against him, you look at him like he's lying.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm one of them people, right, that I feel like you can make a way out of no way, right? And I'm one of those people, but I'm also a realist and know that it's very hard and it's stacked against us, right?
And why should I have to? When people are getting a head start, people are getting opportunities afforded to them, like and this touched me especially tough. You know what I mean? Because as a black man, I watch opportunities slip and sliver past me so much.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? If I was a Debbie Downer, I probably would be somewhere drunk on somebody's bar, because what's going on and what I witnessed is really effed up. It's messed up bad. And I have the awareness to see it. I'm not oblivious to it. So it hurts a little more when I see what, God dang, whatever. You know what I mean? So it's because it's so many of them. It's so many of them. I don't even know where to start.
We could just, it is so many. You could see somebody who's not qualified, never had anything.
Thank you. Running the department.
Or they bring people in who don't know the community, right?
Yes.
But you've been asking me to do it for free.
Forever.
And now that you have a budget, I'm not good enough for the budget, but I'm good enough to make sure that the project runs.
And the problem is, it's systematic, and what systematic processes do, it allows this thing or the racism to happen without the participation of, say, do good in white people.
Right.
I'm gonna call it out. The do good in white people don't have to contribute to systematic racism for it to continue to work. You don't have to be a racist. Listen, dear white people, dear white family and friends, you don't have to be a racist to participate in racism, right? You don't have to be a racist to participate in systematic racism.
And sometimes
for you.
Right. And sometimes you don't even know.
It's an automatic pilot.
Right. So you don't even know that you're a part of it.
And let me add this. And with your, what they call it, with your ignorance to it happening for you and on behalf of you, you silently contribute to it.
Right.
Right? When every time you say, oh, well, such and such did it, why you can't do it? You didn't see when you're silently contributing to the systematic racist process that has put you in a position so where you can say why you ain't doing this, why they ain't doing this.
Because you know what? They gave you the loan for your zip code and denied my loan because of my zip code. And
still to this day.
And I had a better score, paying on time. I did everything that they said that I needed to do, and they still didn't give it to me. You walked in there and you was a high risk, but because your color, your risk factor went away.
Hey, listen.
And because my color, I became a risk.
And listen, and I'm gonna say this. Everybody know about redlining. There's a book called Color of Law, and they speak about redlining. But what people don't talk about is Bank of America and Wells Fargo just got sued for doing it last year.
Even Navy Federal. And I bank with Navy Federal.
And you applied for your bank loan for your house the same time I applied for mine. Right? And I had a better job. I made maybe a little more money. And here you is with the nice house and the $500,000 in equity because it done doubled in the last 2 years. And here I am still paying rent because I couldn't get the loan.
And I qualified.
You see what I'm saying?
But see, this is what, even though you fall into the qualifications, people still qualify you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. And like I say, it's a systematic thing, and you don't have to be a willing participant. You don't have to. All you got to do is not do nothing or say nothing when it happens. All you got to do is just continue on about your day. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're a part of systematic racism. You with it now. Your silence is compliance. You have agreed. You have signed. You know how they got unwritten rules and silent agreements? A lot of do-good white people, right? The do-gooders. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little crunk. So the do-good white people, the people who mean the best, some of you are silently complying to the systematic racism that you say you don't like Donald Trump for. The same reason you say you don't like the conservatives or you don't like somebody over there, you are silently complicit in all the things that they're doing because you ain't saying nothing about it. You ain't helping flip the table over. You ain't helping stop it. You ain't helping put the right things in place. You get what I'm saying? That's what you're doing. Okay. Let's expand that, and that's also to you do good in black folks, right? In high level positions, in extreme power circles, right? Continuing the same systematic racism that you don't like Donald Trump, or you might as well vote for Donald Trump when the election comes because you're doing the same thing he's doing. Okay. I stop. I see how you do it. I'll stop right there. If you want more, tune in next week.
Look, listen. I'm just letting you go. Just letting you go. And then this train just goes like we're just going. Boop, 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 boop. But I mean, honestly, the truth is the truth, right?
Yes.
And we look at it, a lot of times it's our mindset that holds us back. And I mean, there's so much greatness that happens, right?
Yes.
And we have us as a people, we're resilient.
Yes. And we overcome a lot.
And we overcome a lot. But there are hurdles in there that we need to be aware of, right? And what we're asking is for our counterparts, right, to know that it's not that we don't want to work. It's not that
after we build a whole dang country, the whole city, then you're going to say we lazy.
Right, we're not lazy. Yeah.
And if I am, I deserve to sit down and chill all the work I done did.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? After we done built the roads, you pulling up on and you stand out there. You got the nerve to stand on that same road and say the person who built it and their families are lazy. You people crazy. Y'all drunk off power. It's for real, you're drunk off power. Because there's no way you can fix your lips to say that after. And you know why? Because systematic racism has fooled you. Because you believe that in your heart. Well, they so lazy, they on food stamps. Even though all the white people on food stamps, that's who get all the welfare.
Right.
That's who get it all. But then you're going to look at the people who built the country and say they. And it's the same thing. I'm not going to go there.
Go ahead. Go.
I'm going to read J.P. Frank's comment. He
ahead.
said, systems don't care about who operates them. They operate the same way. That's why they must be intentionally dismantled and replaced. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. One French fries, he say they scared to have this conversation. This is deep and facts. Yes, sir. Thank you. Michelle Moore, she says the poverty level. Oh, you already read it.
Yeah.
Okay, the signs are there when there are kids. Some parents be in denial and just choose to ignore them and write them off, and they're just being kids. Oh man,
that's back to the mental health again. Oh yeah.
I wish I would have read that. Oh look, she don't have.
No, but you're right about it. She's 100% right about it. The signs are there, and you be like, "Oh, they just being kids," or da-da-da-da-da-da. But people, we have the stigma about mental health in our community where we don't want to address it.
Your baby is a monster. Get him some help. Listen, no, don't you do that. I'm not laughing at nobody.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm laughing at you.
Some of them babies are in need of help.
You know when your child is
a little terror.
Need to be redirected.
I used to have homeboys. They were straight terror. Oh my God, Lee, boy, how you get this bad, boy? Lee, we hang out together. I ain't know what is this. This boy bad. But life is like that.
Right.
And some of us need mental help. You know what I'm saying? Myself included. I'm not.
And you want me to tell you
above or below any of this.
Right. And you know, a lot of times is what we feed our children, and not just, and I'm not talking about food.
But the food too. But
it's what we feed our children. We keep telling them like you ain't nothing. You're bad. We got our words have power, and we plant seeds. And either we're gonna plant something that's gonna grow positive and have a healthy tree, or it's gonna be weeds that eat up everything else around it.
Or you telling that baby, "Oh, you beautiful, you so smart." You know that boy ain't that.
No, but you need you need to tell them that, because what happened is self-confidence sell when nothing else is.
I know.
You know what I mean?
And you can tell the kids that got the good self-conscious. You can tell. They parents. And so we have another show coming up on Wednesday and Friday. So we definitely want to invite y'all a lot. Thank y'all for tuning in.
You say, wait, you want to invite them out? Yeah, come on back in. Oh, and then if you missed this and you want to just listen
yes, go to the Mo Show,
live.com,
and tune in
at 4 o'clock.
We have been syndicated. Big shots out yobrotherjohn.com. Go do District 7 Speaks, do the survey, and line up to be counted. We the election year is upon us. The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club was actually started from Amendment 4. So we're going to be talking about elections. We're going to be talking about mental health. Join us later this week.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be big because it's no secret, Brother John is not running again for District 7.
No, he would not be running
for his seat, and so we're gonna be diving in. Yeah, we're gonna dive in and see who's gonna replace him and give y'all all the information. This is gonna be a big election year. I want everybody to go get registered. If you know, I'm gonna say every time we talk about elections, if you know somebody elderly in your community that do not drive and don't get around themselves, go knock on the door and make sure that they have their mail-in ballot.
Yes.
Help them fill it out, because if they do not, because it stopped this year.
Yes.
Right? So you have to request your mail-in ballot. Because this is going to be such a big ballot this year, I suggest that everybody get the mail-in ballot if you can, so that you can sit down and go over it.
Yes.
And pick properly and be educated, because it's going to be, I'm going to stress again, a big ballot.
And you got to register for your mail-in ballot early. You have to keep the press on. And we're going to talk about more. We're going to invite candidates out. We're going to invite y'all to stand on our platform and let people know what y'all got, because we for the people, by the people, and we with the people.
Right. We're going to have the League of Women Voters come in.
We're definitely inviting out. And we're also going to invite out Hines Rays. We're going to invite out the mayor, administration, and staff.
Everybody's welcome to come on in.
Our platform is open. Y'all may feel you know how we feel about things, but I honestly believe.
Well, we got to go. It's 9.
Bye.
We got to go. We're going to talk about it. Stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
Lose your shoes and Sister Hughes and shout her around the room.
And this has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I am Qiana.
I'm the one and only Mr. Ed.
And we're out.
WUJM, St. Petersburg. 99 Gems.